Hey, what's going on, guys? Battle Nation Zimper here, back today with another discussion video. And today, guys, we're going to be discussing the legendary four animals, the big four. I'm a little bit sick, so I do apologize for maybe the low energy today. However, we still have an empire to run. There are still rebels trying to take us down, and we can't take an off day. We really can't afford it. So I'm still here, still fighting, still standing, and we got to keep fighting. We got to win. So, making another video, and today's video we have a good discussion. We're going to be talking about the legendary four animals. So for anybody new here or who might be new to Battle Nations, the legendary four animals were four limited edition units that made their impact on the game in a huge way. They were absolutely adored, beyond loved, and they were very memorable. So just to go over them real quick, those four legendary animals were the legendary mammoth, a super strong beefed up version of the mammoth, absolutely wrecker of all enemies. Then after that, you got the legendary boar. Think about how an alpha is, a little baby boar. Yeah, that thing has nothing on this bad boy. Legendary boar, incredible. Then you got the legendary raptor, pretty much puts all other raptor to shame. Even my boy Rudunk the red-nosed raptor, I absolutely love him, but I got to admit he can't hold a candle to this guy. And then finally we have the legendary sandworm, probably one of, if not just straight up one of the best units in the entire game, hands down. Guy was goated, he was quite awesome, and yeah, genuinely just one of the best units, arguably one of the best within this selection too. So these were the four legendary animals. They were only available for a limited time, and some of them came out even near the end of the game. However, they definitely left their mark on players and just an impact within the game's culture, because people to this day still reference them, still talk about them, and of course, most importantly, what we'll be discussing today, how they'll be brought back. Now, it's not confirmed whether or not they'll be brought back along with any of the other limited edition units. There's a good chance some of them won't be brought back, but I think it's safe to say most of them will. And there isn't one I'd be more confident saying they'll come back than the legendary animals. They were so iconic to the game. They're extremely cool. They have their great niche. I just think it would be an absolute slam dunk to bring it back, and I think they will bring them back. So, how will they come back? So I think there's three main ways they could do it. Number one, most obviously, they could just make them regular units. Now, I will say this, they would have to be rescheduled. I'm going to go ahead and throw up an image real quick of the mammoth. Look at this. Level 1 animal trainer, even worse than that, you have to be level 10 minimum to get this thing. Now, you have to keep in mind what Z2's intentions were here. Money. Full stop, money. Just as simple as that. It was to, make some cash. So, gotta make sure as most players can get it, might as well make it level 10, right? But I think we can all agree that was a little bit crazy. So if they were to be brought back as just regular units, I would hope they would be for max level, maybe even only level 70, and you need a maxed out animal trainer. Because genuinely, these are late game units, right? If they're brought back as Thanopod units, I guess they can be brought back, but I seriously hope they don't get brought back as level 10 animal trainer run, because that was just ridiculous. It was genuinely insane. And heaven forbid you did get one of these things that low level, you're clearing out the campaign in like an hour or two, right? The only thing that's going to stop you is simple times, waiting to upgrade, waiting for a building to complete. Other than that, you're not going to have any issue with any combat. Just one of these guys, whether it be a mammoth or a boar or even a legendary sandworm, you're not struggling. So if they were to be brought back, if they were to be brought back just as regular units, my only request would be that the balancing of the animal train you need and more importantly the level you need minimum would be increased highly. The second way they could very easily bring them back is simple. They just bring the event back. They could slam dunk us all at once, maybe in the beginning of the game, and just release them as a pack. Now, the only issue with releasing them all at once at a pack is, okay, well, are they still nanopods? Okay, well, how are you going to split them up? It could result in an issue where, people figure out which is the best of the four, or maybe the two best of the four, and you only really train them and kind of forget out about the other ones. Maybe you train one or two of the other ones just to get them, but then you just kind of leave them be. I would hate to see that happen just because I think each one of these guys deserves their time in the sun. But if they want to make a splash with full launch, I could totally see Madrona Games either releasing these guys or just a compact of these guys all together. And honestly, I think it would be pretty cool. And finally, and this is the way I think they will do it and the way I kind of hope they do it, is they could definitely release all of them individually, one by one, as God, Z2 intended. Z2 certainly isn't God, they died. But yeah, they could just release them one by one, repeating them back, and that's how they were initially released. That's how they could release. In fact, I'm pretty sure the difference between the legendary mammoth and the legendary sandworm was quite a few years. I'm looking at it right now. The mammoth came out in the end of 2015. The sandworm came out at the middle of the next. So, I mean, yeah, they could definitely space these out because obviously they weren't all released in one. Like, I was proposing the second idea. You could definitely space them out. And I think that would be much better to do. Maybe release the sandworm on day one, or early at first, just because he was the most hype. If you want to drum up support for it, and then release each one individually after that. And yeah, I genuinely think it'll probably be that last one. We could maybe see the beginning one, or maybe a combination of 2 and 3. But no matter what, I just hope these guys are brought back, one, in their full glory. I think they deserve to be as strong as they were. Even though they were certainly overpowered, they deserve that status because they've earned that status. Same thing like the Wimp, made a video on the Wimp yesterday, and a lot of people agreed, even though he was extremely overpowered, that's part of his icon. If you remove that, you're basically making it a new unit and killing everybody's old beloved Wimp. And nobody wants to do that, at least in my opinion. And yeah, that will kind of do it for us today, guys. I apologize for the quickness of this video, the slow mentality of it. Again, I'm just really not feeling too good right now. Got a lot of stuff going on, physically, mentally worn down. But I mean, I can't let that stop me. I'm still standing. I'm still fighting. I'm throwing these punches left, right, and center. I mean, going to keep making Battle Nations content. Probably going to focus on some more Battle Nation memes and shorts. If you haven't checked those out, please consider doing so. Just uploading shorts of little Battle Nations memes. Going to continue that. And tomorrow, we're going to have a better video. I don't care how much over-the-counter medicine I have to take. We're going to get a better video than this, because this is just awful. Just the way I sound. I hate my own voice right now. So, do apologize about that. If you guys, though, like today's video, if you have any questions or suggestions Battle Nations related, please let me know in the comments down below. If you think legendary mammoths or legendary animals in general should be added back into the game and should continue, let me know. Tell me how you think they should be re-implemented. Heck, if you don't think they should be re-implemented at all in the game and should just stay out of the new Battle Nations, let me know that down below too. Again, anything goes in the comment section down below as long as it's respectful towards everybody. That's my only request, and as long as it's somewhat Battle Nations related. And yeah, guys, that will truly just about do it for us. Thank you very much for watching. If you made it all this way, I greatly appreciate you. If you did enjoy today's video, please consider dropping a like down below and subscribing to the channel if you are new. And with all that being said, guys, thank you very much for watching, and as always, have a great rest of your day.